This episode of Rick and Rick Rule the World is brought to you by Taskin, the first name in ultra stylish, premium quality travel gear, like the exquisitely designed Taskin One expandable backpack. With 9 practical variations, the Taskin One is always the right size for wherever life takes you next. Save 30% on your next purchase when you use the promo code R&R Take 30. That's R&R Take 30 at taskinsf.com.
Next up, on an all-new Rick and Rick, the Ricks round up each of their 3 favorite movies of the year so far.
Plus the December release each is looking forward to seeing the most.
All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2 actually was a surprise to me. I hadn't really heard a whole lot about this movie before it came out. When I finally did, it was the cast that kind of drew me into it. And then I watched it, and I just really, really had a good time watching it. And it's Red Notice. Have you seen this one yet?
Yes. I just saw it a couple weeks ago.
You know, and I think the reason this worked for me was very simply the cast. I mean, the story writing actually cracks me up, and I'll get into this in a minute. It was basically Indiana Jones. But you know, you've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You've got Ryan Reynolds, you know, who played Deadpool in other movies, and Gal Gadot, who played Wonder Woman. You know, you have a little bit of an intersection of, you know, DC and Marvel kind of coming together with some of the best actors and actresses from each of them. And this was a lot of fun. I mean, you know, the idea here is that Interpol is after Ryan Reynolds because, you know, he's, you know, one of the top thieves in the world. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the agent chasing him, catches him, and then, you know, kind of they decide they have to work together to catch the number one thief in the world, which is the Bishop, played by Gal Gadot. And so, you know, Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson then, you know, chase her around the world trying to, you know, capture this egg, which is very reminiscent of the egg from Raiders of the Lost Ark that Indiana Jones steals. There's, you know, Nazis chasing him, which again, you know, very much like Indiana Jones. But, you know, somehow it all just kind of comes together and works. And it kind of kept me on the edge of my seat, made me laugh a lot. And I loved all the homage they paid to, whether it was Raiders of the Lost Ark or other movies, Ocean's 11, etc. And I just thought it was really cool. In fact, my favorite was when, you know, they finally get to this last area that they need to find the third egg. And there's a box that's stamped "Top Secret Army Intel 9906753." And as soon as I saw that, I thought, wait, that sounds familiar. And I looked it up, and of course it was the Ark, right? It was the Ark that we saw from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but that scene did totally evoke Raiders of the Lost Ark, which was fun. This movie didn't work for me that well.
Wow.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did. I laughed out loud. But it took me a while to get into it because it was almost like Disneyfied. Like they were clearly being whimsical, like telegraphing, this is family film and nothing serious is going to happen in this movie. You can have fun with the whole family watching this movie. For some reason, it just seemed so overt that it took me a while to get into the movie. Now, I loved all the sequences going through, like them escaping from the prison. That was a fun sequence there. I enjoyed the way they played off each other. I enjoyed Gal Gadot's villains outsmarting them, but I didn't buy the twist at the end that Dwayne Johnson and Gal Gadot's characters were in league together the whole time against Ryan Reynolds' character. So I liked it, but there were some things that kept it off my top 3 list anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. So my number 2 movie is The Free Guy. So this is a digital age Truman Show, or maybe just a good version of Ready Player One. Ryan Reynolds, again, plays Guy, an NPC in Free City, which is a massively multiplayer online game. And Guy lives out his pre-programmed life. He's just, you know, an artificial AI who respawns into his bed anytime he gets killed in this very violent game. And somewhere along the way, he gains sentience, and he decides to start making decisions for himself, becoming a global sensation in-game and in the real world where he saves the metaverse that he lives in. Just a really hilarious movie. And I'd say that, you know, Ryan Reynolds is shaping up to be kind of a national treasure at this point, but literally, I just saw this last week. I guess he literally is considered a national treasure in Canada. So they even did a video. It's a funny video. Go track this down. That is sort of celebrating him as a Canadian citizen. And so I'm not surprised at all. Guy's like king of everything right now and taking up 2 slots in our top 3 movies of the year.
You know, have you noticed how there's a set of actors and actresses who seem to be in every movie this year? Ryan Reynolds is one of them. The Rock Johnson is another one.
Yeah.
Shoot, and who was the guy that was in the Suicide Squad, the wrestler?
John Cena. He's
Yeah, and he's in a bunch of movies again this year too.
Yeah.
Like it is funny how there seems to be this trend right now with those three actors just showing up in everything.
Yeah. Well, in at least two of the cases, part of it is one, they're bankable, and two, their own production companies are going out to the studios and pitching them and producing these movies. And pretty much you're going to have a hit if it's coming from one of these folks. So it's not surprising, but hoping we'll see some more talent emerge. I mean, truthfully, no one really knew who Florence Pugh was before Black Widow, and now she'll be a major star in the next few years. So the new talent is coming along.
Absolutely.